Alright, everybody. We're going to wash our bonnet out. I know this isn't something that's real exciting to see, but we're going to show you how we do it. Here's a bonnet. We did a job earlier and let this thing soak for a few hours.
We put a little soap in the water.
A little bit. And it needs to be washed. And
now don't dump it down here where they can see how dirty the water is.
I'm not sure how dirty the water is, but it's pretty dirty.
People wonder where all the dirt in the carpet goes.
There's a lot of dog poop and urine and stuff in the carpet.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm going to show you what we do here.
People ask us where all the dirt goes in the carpets because we don't get the carpets wet. And when you fill the bucket up with water.
We use this. You can come over here and film it from the front.
Yeah, you can move it over here a little bit more out of the sun.
This is a
Giantex.
It's a small machine. It's got a washer and dryer.
Well, it's a spinner.
It's a spinner, but it gets stuff pretty dry. But this is what we use for our bonnets because you don't want to put this in your home your bonnets in your home washing machine if they got vomit or urine or feces or anything else in it. So you just have come over here. Okay. There's a hose over here, and you just put it off.
Set that to drain. Yeah, it's a gravity drain.
It'll drain off. I'll put the bonnet in here. Now
plug it in.
Yep. Here well, my hands are wet, so I don't want to get shocked.
That'd be funny, though.
Oh, that'd be great.
If you're going to get shocked, I'd like it to be on camera.
So we got the bonnet in there, and I'll pour a clean bucket of water in there.
All right, I can't get too close to this because I don't want to get water splashed up on the camera.
Just throw some hot water is what we use for the cleaning.
A lot of people set these in their bathtubs and then they just use a shower hose to fill it up, but we like doing it with a bucket because you can fill it up super fast. And
you can use any kind of soap you want. This is just what we picked up. It's just Tide. You don't need much. See.
Yeah, it's been soaking in soap.
That's more than enough.
It's been soaking in soap in that bucket for a long time. So
turn this thing on and I'll put it on for 9 minutes. That's more than adequate. Go ahead and watch it.
You can kind of see it's pretty aggressive. And it alternates directions, so it'll spin it one direction.
Oh, it cleans stuff. I mean,
then it goes the other direction.
This machine, if you need one, if you don't have like we live in an apartment, so if you live in an apartment don't have washer or dryer hookups, you can do like a pair of jeans in here, or like 4 or 5 t-shirts, or
yeah, you can do like a bed sheet. You know, it won't do a comforter or anything super big.
Like a towel. Towels hold a lot of water, so they're kind of heavy. So you might do 1 or 2 towels. 4 or 5 pairs of shorts, a bunch of socks.
Well, I'm gonna pause it here, and we're gonna come back when it's time to move it over to the.
Yeah, but you guys get the gist. It's cleaning the bonnet. It's got some soap in it.
We'll show you when we get to the next step.
So we're at 9 minutes. We'll turn it on when 9 minutes is up.
We're gonna go sit inside, drink some coffee, and wait for it to get to the next step. So stay tuned. All right, it's getting close to finishing.
Yeah, and as you can see, it's still turning it around pretty good.
Now, to be honest, if you're doing like your some of your own laundry, you don't have to run the cycle for. One thing we love about this machine is you could put some clothes in there with some soap, and you could just run it for a minute. Well,
this bonnet's real filthy, so we're doing it like you can do your laundry. You can turn it on like 6 minutes and do a load, and then you like 3 minutes you can rinse, and then you go to the dryer you always run to the dryer 5 minutes, and I mean you can do laundry in 20 minutes for a pair of jeans and. I mean, complete from start to finish, or anything. We'll leave this on because it's getting ready to shut off.
Yeah.
Here in about a minute.
I'll try to show the sudsy water coming out of the hose when it drains right over there. It's so bright out here. It's I can't see the back of the camera to see what I'm actually looking at 100%. So.
It looks like you're looking at it to me.
It's kind of
it is kind of bright out. It's a real bright.
Yeah, and we don't have a ND filter or anything on this camera. So.
It's a bright day in the middle of Texas. It's about to shut off any second.
You can help it if you want.
It just shut off. Now, so what you do then is you turn this thing over on drain.
Start draining it.
Get your dirty, watch that. Get your dirty water out.
I don't know if you can really 100% tell.
Well, you can't tell it's dirty, but you can see it draining.
That's your soap suds and stuff.
But this is what you do if you have bonnets and you want to come home and you're a married guy and your wife's like, I don't want you throwing that garbage in my washing machine. It's like, well, get one of these.
Well, these are nice.
Do it on your back patio or something.
These are nice. They don't take a lot of electricity to run.
No.
So you could run one in
You can do it on your patio, down your driveway. It don't make no.
A lot of people use them in motorhomes.
You can do it in your bathtub.
Yeah.
But this
in
way,
fact, some people hook these up to the solar panel and just run them that way.
But this way, you don't put the, you know, you're not doing it in your family washer.
It's hard to see in there because it's so white with the suds.
Well, you kind of just keep it on that hose. When it stops draining, all the stuff in there is soap, and that soap's fine. There's very little.
Now, one optional thing you can do is you can take your clothes while they're soapy, and you can put them in the spinner and help spin the soap out of them.
It'll spin some of the soap out of them. No, on bonnets we don't worry about that.
Yeah.
If there's a little soap
we
on the bottom, we don't even care.
We're not that worried
because
about
it's not
100%.
it's not gonna hurt a bonnet. So the drain, the
all right,
hose,
you're starting to barely be able to see the bottom of the
You can show the
machine now.
hose. See, it's about to be done dripping. It's barely. I don't know if you can see it from that angle, but okay. So it's time to do a rinse. So come over here.
Kind of move out of the way. Now, that's what I'm talking about. If you put that in the spinner and spin the soap out, you can get rid of a lot of this.
You can if you want to.
He'd rather just fill the bucket up a couple extra times. And
I'm just now when you rinse, I'm just going to rinse for like about 4 minutes.
Oh, and make sure you always turn your drain off before you refill.
Yeah, if you don't, you'll just leak all your water right on out.
That's one of those things you only do it once or twice, and you'll never do it again. All right, now these rinse cycles you don't have to take too long because if you got suds in there, you want to drain it and refill it, and that's where you want to just start throwing buckets of water in there and draining them.
Now the other day we went and did a job and we came back, and that whole thing was just full of hair. It was someone had like 3 or 4 dogs shedding all over the place.
Yeah,
but it doesn't have a.
This one doesn't have a lint filter in it.
No,
some of them do.
It'll run everything right through it. It don't get clogged up with hair stuff.
So every once in a while you may have to take the drain apart a little bit.
No, we're showing this for people who wash bonnets and don't want to wash them in their nice washing machines at home. They put their kids' laundry in. We're showing that for that primarily. But if you're a person that lives in an apartment complex and you don't have a washer and dryer, so you have to go to a laundromat or use the complex's washer and dryers, and you're sick and tired of it, get one of these things and do it yourself. I'm
gonna pause here because he's gonna let this go a little bit longer, and then he's gonna drain it one more time. And you've seen what that's like. We'll fill it up a couple times, and I'll come back when we finished the rinsing.
When it's ready for the dryer, yeah.
We're ready to throw it in the spin dryer. We'll show you that. So stay tuned. All right. There's still some soap suds in there, but since this is a carpet bonnet and we're going to use it for dirty carpets, we don't care about getting it 100%. But you can just do this, and you only have to let that water go for like. After it's gone for about 20 seconds, you can drain it again, and then refill it and drain it again. You don't have to let it run a full cycle when you're just rinsing. Yeah, it looks like there's still a little bit of time. I'll be right. I'm going to pause it until we're ready to take it out and put it into the spinner. Alright, it just stopped and we hit the drain.
The big Drano. There's very little soap in there. It looks more sudsy than it is. Yeah. You never. I mean, with the things.
Well, if you're doing your shirts and things like that, you want to rinse it some more.
Well,
we're not bothered about this bonnet.
In all fairness, this bonnet has a lot of soap in it because we soaked it in a ton of soap.
Well, yeah.
To get the dirt out. So it's got. Plus, we added soap when we turned the machine on. So there's a lot of soap in this. When you do T-shirts and stuff, you only lose like a thimbleful of soap, maybe.
No, you don't have
like a shot glass of soap.
And you don't have to let it drain all the way to transfer it. You can.
No, I can take it out right now. Check it out. It's ready to move. Now the dryer.
Now these bonnets, that once they're used, they get ugly, and you can't do anything about that.
The dryer is kind of weird because
you got to balance it.
You have to. This is used to balance it. You put it in, you shove it down, and that's supposed to help balance the load. So let's see. See, it's
when it does that, you need to shuffle it around a little bit.
Take the jar, just kind of move it around and rebalance it till you get it right. It's hard to balance one item. If you put a load of clothes in here, it's a lot simpler. But microfiber bonnets are a ton easier. They really are. There we go. Now Put it on 5 minutes and watch how dry it is when it comes out.
Oh, and one thing just for people that are thinking about getting one of these, if you just leave this with the valve closed so you can do laundry, the spinner drains anyway.
Yeah, you don't need to have the
You don't have to
on.
switch it to drain when you're using the spinner.
You can actually turn this over to the soft setting for...
And it slows the
for whatever,
agitation down.
like I guess if you're doing cotton or something like that.
Yeah, we never use it because it's only a little bit softer.
Let me get in there and get this water.
And actually, I'm not so sure that it doesn't spin just as aggressively, just less often.
Now, when I'm done washing, what I like to do, just to help get all the nastiness out of this, is I put some fresh water in there and I just turn it on for a minute or two, because that just kind of washes out the inside of the basin.
Yeah.
It's just kind of nice.
Now, it won't spin while it's draining, because I thought that'd be nice if you can drain it while it's spinning and just keep pouring fresh water in the top, but it doesn't do that. So when you open the drain, it stops.
No, if you open the valve, it shuts off the washing mechanism.
Yep.
But this is it's a nice little thing. And like I said, if you got bonnets and you're a married guy or whatever, and your wife, you're not putting that garbage in other things over that. Just get one of these and do them on your back porch.
Well, this
It's a lot easier.
a regular washing machine, a cycle may take 40 minutes because it does all the rinsing and everything for you. With these, you can actually wash your clothes for 2 or 3 minutes, start draining the soap out and doing a rinse cycle.
Well, I wash the bonnet for 9 minutes, and then I rinsed it for 3 minutes. So there's 12 minutes into that. The drying's going to be 5 minutes, and believe me, when this is done, it'll be done.
Yeah, the bonnet is, you would just hang it up
The
to
most
dry the rest
incredible
of the way.
thing about this is cool, but this is beyond. This gets the water out. I mean, you can get a t-shirt, and when you take it out of here, you can pretty much just put it on and go walk outside, and the air will dry you off like 5
I'm gonna
minutes later.
pause and I'm gonna come back when the spinner stops.
Oh, and it's gonna be really
Because we
pretty
still got
dry.
a few minutes, and I know you don't want to see all that.
So
we'll drain that water out,
I'll do that right now. There it is.
and then that's pretty much clean enough to use for the next time.
Oh, it's ready for your next load, whatever that
You
may
just
be.
grab any little pieces of lint you see floating
Yeah,
around.
if you see something there, just do like that. It's no biggie.
And so we'll show you the final step when we get back. So
Yeah, in
stay
about
tuned.
3 minutes. Alright, we're down
Alright.
to the last 15 seconds or so, and the dryer's going to shut off.
You cannot open that lid to look at the thing spinning.
No, you can't, because if you do, you'll shut the dryer off.
And there's no way
automatically.
you're going to see through this thing and the little top
No,
cover.
you can't see through it. You just know it. Wait till you see the bonnet come out. Y'all seen it wet, what you see it dry. With this little bitty cheap.
Okay, there it shuts
machine.
off, and the machine will shake a little bit as it's speeding up and slowing
Well,
down.
it's slowing down. We wait till it completely stops, and then we open the lid. You can open it now, but
There's a brake on there that will
Yeah.
that'll stop it, but we save our belt by letting it stop on its own.
yeah, we let it be el natural. All right. And here's your bonnet. And boy, is it dry. I mean,
It's not perfectly dry, but it'll air dry it. And now we can clean like the hairs and stuff off of
yeah.
it. that you can't
I'll
see.
let it dry the rest of the way, and I'll take it outside and snip that stuff off with the scissors, and be careful not to cut my bonnet. But it's basically dry.
Okay. Yeah, in fact, if you want, just try to squeeze it out over the concrete. We'll
Can't
see.
squeeze it through. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Just nothing in it. You can't squeeze it out if you tried.
Yeah, like when you do shirts and things like that in here, your shirts come out.
Your
you
shirts
just hang
come
them on,
out. They dry like this.
hang them on a hanger, and
Jeans will dry like this. Shirts will dry like this.
yeah, in
Any-
20 minutes they're ready.
Anything, oh yeah.
All right, I'll put links in the video description for this machine, and you should search on YouTube. There's a ton of videos, people showing the different ways they use these machines, and they're actually really nice. Even if you have a regular washer and dryer, these are kind of nice because you can use them
They're
for.
good for stuff that you don't want to put in your washer and dryer.
Yeah, you can wash pot holders and hand towels and things like that you don't want to run
And if
through
you
a
want to
regular
do
wash.
a bonnet or a load of t-shirts or something, you can do them in under a half hour.
Yeah, it's
from
fast.
start to finish.
It's just you're going to have to use buckets or a hose and fill it up. It's a manual machine. It's not. You don't just set it and forget it and walk away. You actually have to watch these things and you actually have to do your laundry. But it's worth it. So.
Come out here.
And everything folds up nice. The stores on the side, so it doesn't take up a lot of space. If you have an RV, these things are perfect to just take with you. We usually store ours with the drain open because it helps get airflow through and everything. And we'll open the lids once we get it back in there.
It don't matter one way. Oh yeah, you can leave the lids open. It'll help it to dry out a little.
So it dries
quicker.
out.
You don't have to do that. It doesn't matter. We do it. just up to you if you buy
And then
one.
after a couple days, we shut the lids, and then.
Are you going to put a link for this in the video description? Okay, so if you want
So
to buy
check the
them,
video description
what
for
are they
information.
about 170, 200 bucks?
The price changes because of the after the pandemic. They started becoming more expensive because everybody.
But they're cool machines and they work. Y'all saw it the best we could show it without showing the whole, without showing a whole 17, 18 minute video, which we didn't want to do.
I hope you enjoyed that. And until next time, thanks for watching.